be interesting.
Imagine starting a new school this late.
One moment. Watch this.
Ugh! What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way.
I'm glad to be.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of...
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have... Yes, after... Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of...
Thank you, Professor.
Back. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now, and I'd like...
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Judging by your...
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly...
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a superior opponent is a weak opponent. Levioso. Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Protego! Stupid Vega!
Complicates things.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Stupid Levioso! I know.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot.
Thank...
If what? All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Accio, relinquish your charm. Splendid! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, excellent control there. Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing with... You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us be brief.
Accio. Splendid!
Very good.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do. Fixes more frequently than one would. I have...
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Accio! Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary tasks were...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around...
My family and I traveled on my...
Accio.
Hello, looking for me?
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient ruins. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it. Bye.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
Prance, Hoof and Sugarfoot.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls. How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland. But it is beautiful here too. Being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you that you are certain to find everything you need in Hogsmeade. Professor Weasley.
Of course. What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that... and the... I'll...
An honest day's work. Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, is it? How may I help?
Professor Weasley said...
You're the student. I set your things aside in me. Is it not the most fat?
Potions?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as it's your first time in. I also offer ready-made drafts. What can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Levioso. Accio. Reparo. Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We have to wear him down!
Levioso! Accio! Levioso! Lumos! Accio! Levioso! Vega! Accio!
Arrest the momentum!
Vega! Lumos! Levioso!
What was that?
I was trying to beat him at his own game.
I like it. Do more of it.
Expelliarmus!
Lumos! Rebellion! Lumos! Protego!
Look! He's faltering!
Took him long enough.
We need to make sure he stays that way!
Protego!
You've read the books. You've loved the movies.
Extraordinary.
Now, put yourself in the center of the magic. Defense against the dark arts. Mandrakes. Hogwarts. You've watched them on the big screen. Now, experience them for yourself. Relive the magic and fantasy of the world created in the Harry Potter books as you explore his world, but in a brand new story. As a character that you create. The magical event of a generation is finally here. You're invited to the must-have game of the year, Hogwarts Legacy. Arriving February 10th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC.